is the head of the Department for Information Technology at BVB Mehta Vidyalaya, Delhi. Her extensive teaching career is marked by her commitment to advancing the learning environment for senior secondary students, particularly in the domains of computer science and web applications. Ms. Malik has authored several books on computer science, which are widely used as educational resources. She has been instrumental in integrating AI as a skill subject from classes 6 to 8 and establishing it as a core subject for classes 11 and 12. This initiative has significantly enriched the curriculum, preparing students for future technological advancement. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Samiksha. Good evening and namaskar to all, respected Sharma sir, and all the members of our Bhavan family. As introduced, I'm Ms. Malik from Bhavan, Delhi. And I think the topic today given to me is altogether different. Till now, we have been talking about the strong points of AI, the tools of AI, the benefits AI is giving to the students. But then the coin has the other side also. Before I start with the session, when internet came into being, am I audible to all? Am I audible, Samiksha?
Yes.
Thank you. When internet was introduced, so we all were fascinated with the world of internet. It slowly it became part and parcel of our life. May it be a child, maybe adults. We cannot imagine our life without internet. But then come the ethics. Internet was there. We were using all cyber tools. But then again came cyber crimes, came cyber safety, cyber ethics. So similar is the case with AI. Now AI is taking over everything. May it be education, may it be jobs, may it be business, may it be everywhere AI is, may it be hospitals, the doctors process. We see the robotic surgery going on nowadays. Robotic surgery we are seeing nowadays going on. So everything AI is taking over. Even farming is being done by AI kind of robots which are working as farmers, which is very common in Japan nowadays. But then we are again fascinated with the world of AI. We are again using AI to its full form. But the question again arises is AI ethics. How much are we concerned about morals and ethics involved with AI? Because if we are not taking care of the ethics and morals involved with AI, we are again going to land into a world where internet is there, but then cyber crimes are there. Cyber safety is a concern. So similar is going to be with AI. But in case we are already aware and creating awareness on AI ethics and morals, I think we are going to use AI to its fullest. So I'm going to take session on that. Now, as we all have been going through different sessions of AI since last 2 days, we have a fair idea of what AI belongs to, what AI is doing for us. When it comes to education, like being a teacher, when it comes to teachers or educationalists, AI is a powerful tool. We are getting tailored, like ChatGPT ma'am mentioned, we are getting tailored teaching processes. We are getting apps which are checking homeworks, which are giving grades to test, which are maintaining reports, generating mails, make presentations. Nowadays, making PPTs is also work of seconds, because they are all AI generated. You give your idea, you flash your idea, and you get a PPT within seconds. So everything is AI generated. This is the fascinating world of AI. Now, face recognition system, GPS locations, which we are using on our mobiles, they're all AI generated. So everywhere we can see AI taking over, and future belongs to AI. But then the next concern is AI ethics, which I'm taking. So I'm presenting my screen. Am I allowed to present the screen? The permissions are there. Samiksha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm presenting my screen. Thank you. Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
The screen visible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the topic is ethical considerations in AI-driven education. We are focusing on education field where AI is concerned. So AI is increasingly being used in education and it is revolutionizing teaching and learning process. And like I mentioned, one critical concern is ensuring equity and inclusivity in education. How fairly AI is being used for the judgments, for including everyone, for giving equal opportunities to all the students, how ethically we are using AI. My next I'll take an example for this. I've been already talking of number of examples. Before I start the topic, let's take an example, a very common scenario which we all can have been facing and can come across. Suppose a CCTV camera was to spot your face in a crowd. We are facing an AI generated issue. How correct AI is detecting the problem. Suppose a CCTV camera was to spot your face in a crowd outside a sports stadium. And in the police data center somewhere in the city or the country, an AI neural network analyzes images from the CCTV footage frame by frame. So that is the background of AI, how AI is working. Through those neural networks, it is analyzing your image. And while my face is in the CCTV camera, I'm standing in the sports stadium. A floating cloud in the sky causes a shadow on my face. That's a very common scenario. Suppose my face is being captured in a CCTV camera. I'm standing in a marketplace. I'm standing in a school. I'm standing outside a school, outside shopping place, or outside a sports stadium, as in the example. So a cloud comes and the shadow falls on my face. And the neural network by mistakes, now it's an artificial intelligence, neural network by mistakes finds your face similar to the face of an wanted criminal, because part of my face is covered with the shadow, and the artificial intelligence is not able to detect or read my face correctly. The picture it catches is not the correct picture. So now who is to blame with? If the police were to call you aside for questioning and tell you they had reason to detain you, how would you defend yourself? Because you have no reasons, because AI has detected you and caught you as a criminal. Was it your fault that your shadowed face has resembled by few degrees with a person in the police record, or was it the artificial intelligence which has to be blamed? Next is again as an example. I've just taken two examples just to give you an idea how dangerous and the morals are not put into the system. Now, this happened in USA in 2018. An AI system was being used to allocate care to nearly 200 million patients in the US. Now, AI system was offering a lower standard of care to Black patients. Across the board, Black people were assigned lower risk scores than white people. Now, the data inside the AI was fed like this, that the Black people were being treated as low income people or less potential to pay than the white ones. And as per the norm, lower treatment, lower order of treatment was being given to the Black people than white people, because it is an AI generated system. Whatever data is being fed, it acts accordingly. So a person who is Black but is able to pay, has the capacity to pay, also is getting a lower degree of treatment. So I hope I'm able to put my point that how AI can create problems if at the algorithm stage or at the development stage, we do not take these considerations into point. I hope these examples have made it clear. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to start with them with examples, because otherwise it's quite a theoretical chapter, but theoretical topic. But I wanted to give some live examples. Actually, it is, if not done ethically or not thought of, it's a process to be thought of. It not thought of, this is going to create problems along with the help it is giving. It is going to create problems in the society too. So the 5 pillars of AI ethics. Like ethics, we have to follow as human also, we follow ethics. What do we mean by ethics? Can anyone tell ethics hote kya hai? Some morals?
Ma'am, yes, these are some models where we try to satisfy a majority of society, thinking that less of the people are maybe affected or harmed by the actions or words which we are speaking or doing.
So, do we all agree that ethics and morals are important when we are developing any kind of system for the society or for the education system or for our students or for the society in a whole? Do we all believe it is very important to have those ethics and principles
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
much.
Yes.
Very much.
So, AI ethics, the topic which we are taking, AI ethics refers to ethical principles and guidelines similar to human ethics that govern design and development of AI technologies. So, the five principles which guide AI ethics are: when I am developing an AI-based system or a design, it has to have the explainability so that it is easily explainable to all the stakeholders, especially. It has to have the fairness. It has to have the robustness. Maybe I imagine a good AI. What can a good AI be? And this is many of us are taking artificial intelligence as a subject in class 11th, I suppose.
Yes, ma'am. Not only in class 11th, we have started artificial intelligence right away from class 6 in our
Yeah, that's
school.
good because in class 11th, because we are taking so it is AI ethics. It is a chapter, it's a full chapter in the included by CBSE. So it involves all the aspects of AI ethics, and I think it's a very important topic to be included for the students as well, because students are the next generators of AI. They are the ones who will be generating these AI apps in future. So what AI ethics are, before we go for AI, what ethics are to be concerned. So that chapter is very important. I believe it would be in class 6 to 8 also. In case not there, I would request all teachers to take some inputs from this and start talking about AI ethics to your students. We are learning AI tools, we are mastering AI tools, we are exploring AI, but then concern for AI ethics is also very important. So I'm just playing a short video which I found. Time constraint के हिसाब से maybe I'll cut down on the videos also, but it's a good video what good AI actually means. So I'm playing the video.
There has been a kind of sea change in AI over the last 5 years. Before that, had you asked seriously whether or not we should be crafting a code of ethics for artificial intelligence? As we've seen AI begin to be applied in real applications, Facebook and in self-driving cars.
Now is the time to be talking about these issues. And we are the people who will be deciding what society looks like for our children in an AI and roboticized world.
Over time, software is going to be written by software. AI is going to create. So let's get a code of ethics that really prioritizes ethical considerations at the beginning of design. And that will help both the creators of technology and then certainly the users, because there's a better sense of value alignment for the technology and how people use it.
There is not one universal set of ethical principles, so it will be already very important to try to identify the right values to be used in a particular scenario. And then once you have identified them, of course, you need to understand how to model them, how to embed them inside the AI system that you want to develop and deploy.
When it comes to a split-second decision that will potentially involve a necessary debt, and there are trades, what will an automatic car do? This brings to the fore this notion of ethical models in our system. And whose ethics are they?
We create these technologies, and we need to choose how we want to use them, or otherwise we will be used by them.
This idea of ethics is really this glorious opportunity that we have as humans right now today for deep introspection.
The awareness and the intent by creators of this technology is not be blind, not ignore those negative possibilities, but to understand them up front, make the world aware of them, and do what we can to mitigate their impact.
How do we represent our values in these systems such that the systems are aligned with us? They would make the same decisions we might make had we had a long time to think about it.
The power of these AI systems is going to be that they do infer a lot, that they will know us better than we know ourselves. We'll be tracked in a lot of different ways with some kind of underlying goal. Is that goal to sell us products? Is that goal to make us more educated, to make us more civil, more open-minded? It's potentially an indoctrination machine. And how that's governed, who runs that? Is that going to be strictly for commercial purposes? That's, I think, one of the key questions. This is too powerful just to sell lawn chairs to people. This changes the way you look at the world. So it would be good if it were taken that seriously, I think. How will machines know what we value if we don't know ourselves?
I think this video is complete. Can anyone just tell me what could you get from this video? What are these people concerned about? I hope the video was audible to all.
Yes, ma'am. They
Yes, ma'am, it was
summarizing, they basically are talking about designing such kind of an AI machine which comes on the parameters of the ethical concerns which we have in our daily lives.
Yes. It's a big challenge. Every day new things are coming up, the kind of robots or AI systems or AI tools we are using. For example, they spoke about driverless car we are using, or the GPS system we are using. Is it example I would like from this answer I would like from all of you. We are all using GPS nowadays in our mobiles. So have we come across a situation जहाँ GPS हमें सही आंसर नहीं देता है या कहीं ना कहीं हम फंस जाते हैं क्योंकि वो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है? Has anyone faced such a situation while using GPS?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Many a times, ma'am.
Many a
Many.
times.
Yes.
Example आप
ma'am.
देंगे just to
We-
share among ourselves so that we get an idea कि हाँ AI यहाँ stuck हो सकता है. अभी AI को इससे कहीं आगे जाना है.
Sometimes due to traffic congestion, it does suggest you the longer routes. This is one thing which happens. You have a shorter route, but because of the congestion, it takes that in priority and it gives you a longer route to take. Sometimes it happens that because the routes are not updated or there is some construction or recent work going on over some road and it takes you to those dead-end roads also. So
Yes.
these are certain things we have experienced.
Exactly. So
Even
AI
directions are wrong. Right and left. So directions are also wrong many a times.
Yeah. I have stuck when I was going out of town. I faced this situation. I was going out of town and late night time tha and GPS we had put on. So वो shorter route दिखाने के चक्कर में the route it had taken was no, this is not human intelligence ना, artificial intelligence है. The route it showed was totally एक rejected सा route था with no population at all, no lights at all or night driving था. So GPS is itself a helping tool, but then artificial intelligence is artificial intelligence. तो अभी उसमें बहुत सारे improvement के scope है हमारे लिए. People are working on it. Situation आई थी, a driverless car is there and a person comes in front, a child comes in front, driverless car है, तो वो car क्या decision लेगी? एक तरफ wall है, the car would hit the wall, the car और दूसरी तरफ child है. So ये सब ethical जो चीजें हैं decision making में, this has to be put in AI. Machines को more and more human form में लाना पड़ेगा as the human mind thinks, ethics and morals के साथ में. So these are very important. So I have another video, but वो मैं पूरा नहीं play करूँगी because it will take lot of time. But that's a very good video I wanted to share with you. How to build a moral robot. एक dream है ये. एक robot जो human जैसा है, human की तरह थोड़ा बहुत सोच सकता है. Because अभी तक जो robots हैं, they are more like robots only. So at times decision like child or wall. एक सिचुएशन है जहां पे डिसीजन लेना है, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज दोनों जगह पे लॉस है. सो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ डिसीजन दैट रोबोट विल टेक. और अ रोबो इज वॉकिंग आगे इट इज टेकिंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस ऑफ अ ह्यूमन. तो उसको यही रोबो को एक प्रोग्राम्ड है कि मैं जो इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रही हूँ, यू हैव टू फॉलो दैट. हिंदी आई थिंक सबको शैल आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश ओनली बिकॉज आई एम यूजिंग बोथ इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी. I'll speak in English because teachers are from different areas. So suppose there is a situation, a robo is following the instructions of the master. I'm the programmer. It is following the instruction of the master. So at times I tell the robot, you walk, and it comes to an position where it will fall down. So a robot has to take the call even if the instructions is being given or being fed, like in a self-driven car. Instructions are being fed, but it faces a situation where it has to take its fall like a human. No, I have not to go ahead. I have to stop here itself. So this is what people are now working on, developing moral values and ethics and decision making in robots like humans, where they're not just working like programmed. So I'm taking a short example and then coming on to the next discussion on AI biasing. So playing the next video. Is this the same video? I think. Let me just check. Okay, just a second, just a second. I think it's the same video. Just a second. This was, I think the same video has been played. So I'll play this video. It's the same video being played. Check this video. Otherwise, we'll leave that video and go on to next slide. It's same video, I think. Not able to find the other video. Okay, then let's talk of AI bias. Now, biasing, all of us know what do we mean by bias. You all have been explaining it so nicely. What do we mean by bias?
Ma'am, it's a prejudice when we are fed with or we are brought up with some kind of pre-assumptions. We can say, we can use this word pre-assumptions, that for a particular thing or for a particular task, we have a notion that certain kind of people or certain kind of gender maybe are associated to that particular kind of things. So
Yes.
that is something which we call bias. Like if we talk of let us say teachers, then because we have been into that kind of schooling, where if we talk of teachers, the first image which will come onto our mind is a female teacher. So
Yeah.
that is a kind of a example of bias.
Yeah, thank you so much for explaining the concept so nicely. It's talking of the same things only. So in today's interconnected world, I'm just reading out this. She has explained it very nicely. AI technologies play an increasingly prominent role in various aspects of our life, we all know. However, as AI systems become more pervasive, it is essential to recognize and address the presence of bias in these technologies also. Even if AI is artificial intelligence, it is also biased. Biasing kahan se aayegi? Can anyone think of? ये तो प्रोग्रामर नहीं बनाया, मशीन तो मशीन का काम कर रही है, मशीन बायस कैसे होगी?
Ma'am, there are two ways.
Yeah.
By which a machine can be biased. Either the programmer has a bias. I'll give an example of this. The programmer's bias, which we call it as. And the second one is the programmer is not biased, but the kind of data which we are giving to machine for the training. That training data supports a particular majority of a group. And so the machine is trained in that way that it gets into that bias.
Exactly.
So both of them, I can give one example if you allow. Otherwise,
please, that would be really nice because we are all sharing the views.
Okay, so if we talk of the programmer's bias, we all are into Apple technology and we all mostly use iPhones. So Apple Siri is one example of programmer's bias, where initially when they created Siri, they had the programmers had this notion in their mind that a voice assistant or any kind of assistant work is always done by females. So Siri was created as a female voice.
Yes.
And talking of the data bias, Google initially had one recruitment system in their area. There, the kind of applications which they were filling into this AI system, those applications were having that kind of data where the recruitment system, which was based on AI, it started rejecting the female candidates from the list. So this is a data bias example.
Exactly.
Yes.
So biasing, I think she has explained very well. Thank you so much for that. So AI can also be biased. Again, programmer who is programming the machine can be biased. The data which we are providing may lead to biasing. For example, like she mentioned about the Siri voice. So Google Assistant has to be a female voice. Why? Because we always believe that kind of whenever we go for any kind of what you say assistance on calls also, or hospital assistance also, so 90% case the belief is it has to be a female. So that bias has been there. For example, like you also mentioned, if you search for an image in Google for a nurse, so 90% of the image you're going to find will be female nurses. Of course, it will be showing male nurses also, but 90% would be female. So these are all biases which you go through. Now, we all know AI ethics are important. We all know biasing is there. Then together as not only we as educators, as a society, as through the government also, there have to be certain policies which govern this, like cyber policies, cyber rules. We are now having cyber rules which are governing the cyber safety, and children are being educated for that. So that education or awareness now has come among children also. We all have been talking about cyber safety norms in the school, so children are aware that what kind of harm they'll face and what kind of problems they are going to face in the cyber world, so that they're aware and use it judicially. Similarly, are developing AI policies. On one hand, we are using AI to help in every field, and AI is going to take over the world, that is for sure. The future belongs to AI. But then simultaneously, the other side of the coin is we have to develop AI policies also, so that the world is not being governed wrongly. For example, I'm talking of certain points. Developing AI policies are essential to ensure AI technologies are used responsibly, safely, and ethically. So what all we can do, rules of AI should start with being good to people and respecting their rights. This means treating everyone fairly, being honest about AI, how AI works. We need clear rules and standards for how AI is being used. This is very important. Then when making these rules, it is important to talk to a lot of different people. When we are making AI rules, like for cyber safety rules also, we have to ensure the whole society is involved into it, and we make the rules accordingly, and the government also has to be involved. Before using AI, we should check to see if there are any problems or risks. Just before implementing any AI technology or a robo for any work, for example, performing a surgery, robotic robotic surgery I was talking of. We are having robotic surgeries in the hospitals, but then they are all guided surgeries. We have not come to a point where a lone robo is performing a surgery and it is taking all the critical decisions at that point. So we have to decide upon and think upon the problems or risks AI is involving, and then accordingly develop. Understanding the components of AI policies involves examining guidelines and principles established by various organizations and regulatory bodies, and then work on some system. Now, equity and inclusivity was my topic, AI ethics, equity and inclusivity in AI-driven education. So, addressing bias, we have already talked on, and personalized learning is, it can cater to AI-powered tools, can tailor learning experience to individual students' needs, potentially enhancing equity and inclusivity. Means we are involving all the students, and it is taking care of individual needs of the students also. So certain AI apps, suppose I'm using an AI app for learning, for delivering a lesson, for delivering a topic to my students. So in my class, there would be, of course, we face, every class has students which are some individual learning capabilities are there. So we have to look for an AI tool or an AI app which should resolve this issue also. If a child is able to learn through images mode, or is able to learn through a video tutorial more, or a kind of images, or audio tutorial. So a child, whatever way child is comfortable with, accordingly, I am catering to the diverse needs of my class. So this is what an actual AI-driven education should be. Using AI to identify and address learning gaps and support students with disabilities. This is very important. Visual disability. So AI, we are all using, I think we have seen this app, AI text to speech. Can anyone name this tool, AI text to speech, which we use? Text to speech. So if I am texting a message, it will be the person who is visually impaired would be able to listen to that text. We have apps for this where visual disabled persons are also. Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
I think it is getting
Yes,
too thin.
ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, audible now. So actually AI, we have this Google speech app also. So visual impaired who is not able to read my text would be able to hear what I am speaking, even if I have text the message to him. So next is algorithm bias, and like you spoke, programming bias. The programmer who is developing the app, if he is biased, if the algorithm he is developing is biased, then of course the outcome would of course be biased, and it will impact my students, because I am talking of the education field. So how it is going to impact, because I am using my AI tools for assessment, for developing my lessons, for learning experiences of my child. So how is going to impact on students' outcome? First of all, misleading assessments. Of course, assessments would be misleading. If my algorithm is biased, AI-driven assessment may be biased, leading to inaccurate evaluation of student abilities and potential for discrimination. It has the potential for discrimination. Reinforcing, because I have fed specific steps through which a student is being evaluated, but a student might have done the assessment in some other form which is not being evaluated correctly. So these are the chances of bias an AI-based assessment or total AI-based education system may face. Now, limited opportunities. Biased algorithms can limit access to educational opportunities for certain groups, and others may not be able to access it fully. Ethical concerns, of course, are there. AI system should be transparent, which I've been talking of, transparent, accountable, and designed to promote equity and inclusivity, which they are not 100% proof till date, but people are working on it, because AI is going to be the future. So everyone is working and concerned about this to develop AI system with ethical and unbiased.
AI
Now,
voice clones.
this is again a short video. I have time left. Just 3-4 minutes. It's a short video. I'll not play, just beginning of the video. How AI, when we are talking of AI ethics, what are the concerns? Why should we be concerned about AI ethics so much? What is AI doing actually? Like cyber safety concerns, these are AI safety concerns. You must have seen in last 2 days also during AI misleads and misuse. But it's just a short 2-step video, which I'll play and then stop it in between to discuss the concern.
Voice verification systems at financial institutions. So if someone has, say, 30 seconds of your voice, can they make a clone that can already get around?
This is about voice cloning.
Voice password system if it has one. All right, look, we're getting lots of trues. Any skeptics out there? Anyone who thinks we're not there yet? All right, well, clearly I must have made this one too easy. Yes, Elizabeth says I wish falls. So you may have already heard about this and seen some headlines. I just wanted to mention, about a year ago, Joanna Stern got a lot of attention for this Wall Street Journal article on the right, where she made a sort of digital herself to see if she could fool her bank and her friends and family.
So this, you can see an example. This is a live example. Artificial, using AI generated voice. One person, just to test, cloned her voice, used it for breaking the bank account through voice, breaking the bank account through voice. This is actually practically what happened. So this is what AI concerns are. That is why ethics are important, checks are important, guidelines are important. So I'm just playing it for 1 minute.
Emily into believing that it was her. This article on the left has got a little less attention, but I thought it was interesting because essentially this was somebody who made a clone of his own voice and used it for that electronic voice verification process where you have to say a specific passphrase to get in and then usually it just allows you to get transferred to customer service where they'll give you maybe your past transactions or things like that. I think at this point, most banks are not allowing people to say transfer all your funds to another account with this sort of voice verification process, but it is interesting and a little terrifying that audio cloning, this process of taking
and this is really dangerous
voice recordings and then making a sort of digital duplicate of that can be prompted to say anything with just some text prompting. It is already getting around some systems that we used to think were foolproof, right? That were impossible to perfectly duplicate. So related to that, just a quick question. In the reaction tool in Zoom, can y'all give me a thumbs up if you have seen examples of video deepfakes already? I don't want to spend.
I'll stop it here only. I think we all have seen are already knowing about these issues. So this was deepfakes and misinformation, like cloning of voice. Suppose somebody is able to clone my voice through AI and my bank account is hacked. Somebody is able to generate my face similar to, this is very common nowadays, like this face cloning. Face cloning means face recognition systems would operate if my face cloning is done. So AI world is as fascinating and as dangerous. Similar to being fascinating, it is quite challenging and dangerous also. So AI ethics and morals and guidelines, AI being used with guidelines is very important. Okay, so I'm just completing with 1 or 2 slides. I think we have all got an idea of what AI ethics are and why AI ethics, morals, and guidelines are important to us. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So you all have given me all the answers. Algorithm transparency has to be there. Auditing and monitoring is very important. Whenever I am implementing an AI system, regular audits and monitoring should be conducted to ensure its fairness, ethical use, and effectiveness. Accountability has to be there. Clear guidelines and policies should be established for addressing ethical concerns and holding developers and institutions accountable for the responsible use of AI. Like responsible use of internet, similarly responsible use of AI. After the internet, next challenge we are facing is AI. And public feedback time to time is important because I'm running short of time. So I'm just, okay. I'm not taking these questions. I framed 1 or 2 questions also. Okay, can you answer it quickly? It's an MCQ kind of, we all have answered this. After going through the session, what is the primary focus of AI ethics from this? Ensure you all can read the options A, B, C, D, and anyone can answer, please. It's not a test. It's just exchange of knowledge, what we have understood. What is the primary focus of AI ethics?
I think, ma'am, it's option
Ma'am,
B,
it's B.
guiding the
Yes,
development
it is
and
guiding
use
the
of.
development use of AI technology
ma'am.
according to ethical principles.
Ethical
And like we created cyber awareness, I request all educators to create awareness about AI ethics, its guidelines, its moral responsibility. It is very important when now we are taking our children into the world of AI. Now, this is the last question. 2 questions I could frame. What is a major ethical concern related to AI and privacy? What is a major ethical concern related to AI and privacy?
Ma'am, again, it's B only.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's B.
It's B, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much for for all your cooperation. It is AI technologies accessing and using personal data without consent. So these were 2 important concerns. I'll stop sharing of screen. So I hope, although it's a very vast topic, and we can discuss on these topics for hours together, but I hope I could take you to the journey and give you an overview of why ethics are important, and especially in the education sector when we are using AI. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. for the insights. As for educators, ensuring that AI-driven education is equitable and inclusive requires ongoing vigilance and proactive strategies. By addressing ethical considerations, fostering inclusivity, and prompting equitable access to AI tools, educators can create learning environments where every student has the opportunity to succeed. Now, I would like to request Sharma sir to kindly share his views.
Thank you. Thank you, Samiksha. Thank you very much, Smita, for the wonderful session. I want to repeat the things and the concept that is given by Smita, but I would like to add one or two things. That is, looking after all these nuances of the artificial intelligence, the UNESCO had started one program, and that is known as UNESCO Global AI Ethics and Governance Observatory. And this observatory used to see that what is going to be wrong and which part of the globe. And the recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence is being governed by this body. So whenever you are free, you see, and you will be surprised at what she has discussed, that the policy is based on the respect to the human rights, number one, promote diversity and inclusiveness, number two, number three, protect the environment and ecosystem. And actually, it sells the you can see ethical guards also, because it is machine ethics, machine ethics, and very interestingly, certain artificial moral agents are there, and this machine has produced certain artificial moral agents, that is actually the robots, and that behave as a moral police. Might be that, I mean, it is a new thing for you. They act as a moral police. And they used to say what is happening wrong. And the next is about that, that they are used in the multidisciplinary field, that I don't want to go. But whenever you are free, you see the UNESCO recommendation on AI ethics, and you'll get, I mean, more things, including very interesting moral policing. So thank you very much, Smita. So it was a wonderful session, and I had thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Praveen Sharma sir to formally deliver the vote of thanks.
Namaskar, everyone. Today, we have been fortunate to listen to an insightful and thoughtful, provoking talk on ethical consideration in the AI-driven education. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartful gratitude to Dr. A.K. Sharma sir, who always encourages us and imparts knowledge through the various sessions. We are deeply thankful to our distinguished speaker, Mrs. Smita Malik, for enlightening us with her profound knowledge and experiences. As the today's discussion, she shed light on one of the most critical topics, ensuring that AI remains a tool for equity rather than disparity, and for the inclusivity rather than the exclusivity. Ma'am, you have highlighted the need to address the ethical concerns, such as the bias, access, and transparency in AI-driven educational platform. Your presentation not only underscored the vast potential of AI to enhance learning, but also reminds us for the more responsibility we bear in shaping a future where every learner, regardless of background and ability, has an equal opportunity to thrive. So thank you for enlightening us for the practical ways also we can integrate these ethical consideration into our system. And Finally, I want to thank all the participants for their active engagement and thoughtful questions. Your enthusiasm and the curiosity have added in this richness for this discussion. Thank you. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. As we have dived deep into this 3-day training session, Sharma sir came up with an idea of having a laughter dose to recharge our minds and energize our spirits. Here's a little humorous intermission related to our topic AI itself to lighten the mood.